Greetings everyone. In this video, I'm going to summarize the story of Dispatch. And this video will also work as a story recap until Season 2 gets announced. So let's start. In the universe of Dispatch, superpowers are common. Because of that, in this universe's Los Angeles, many superheroes and supervillains emerge. And the society here is divided into two kinds of people. The supers, people who are born with some kind of power, and the normies, people who don't have any superpowers at all. But Robert Robertson I proves something important in this world. He proves that you don't need superpowers to become a hero. Using his mechanical knowledge, he designs a powerful mechanical suit. By sitting inside that suit, he becomes the hero known as Mecha Man Prime. Later, this same suit is inherited by his son, Robert Robertson III, also known as Robbie. Robbie studies rocket science, and using his knowledge, he adds many needed upgrades to the suit. Because of this, Mecha Man becomes a very famous name among superheroes. At that time, there was also a group of the coolest and strongest superheroes known as the Brave Brigade. Robbie also had a normal friend named Elliot Connors. Elliot was extremely skilled in cybernetics. Working together, Robbie and Elliot combined their knowledge and created eternal cores for the mecha suit. These cores provided the suit with portable yet unlimited energy. Because of this new power source, Robbie's mecha suit earned a new nickname, Mecha Man Eternal. But because Eternal became the most popular superhero, he slowly developed a god complex. He became egoistic and arrogant. He also didn't give much attention to his own son, Robert Robertson III. Eternal had another superhero friend named Trackstar, whose real name was Chase. Eternal trusted him enough to ask him to take care of Robbie. Because of that, Trackstar became like a big brother to Robbie. One day, Robbie tried playing around with his father's suit. Suddenly, the suit's laser fired toward Robbie. Trackstar saved him at the last second. But during the accident, half of Robbie's ear was cut off by the laser. And because of Trackstar's extreme speed while saving him, Robbie's arm got dislocated. When Robbie's father Eternal saw him injured, he reacted like Heihachi Mishima. Instead of comforting him, he only said, "Get up. Get up quickly." Those words stayed inside Robbie's mind forever. Meanwhile, in the Brave Brigade, Elliot worked behind the scenes. He serviced the equipment and weapons of all the members. Using his knowledge, he improved the capabilities of many superheroes. Even though Elliot had no powers, he built a cybernetic suit for himself. He also wanted to become a member of the Brave Brigade. But Eternal didn't think Elliot was worthy. He never saw Elliot as a real superhero. Even though Elliot earned the trust of all the other members, Eternal still blocked his entry into the Brave Brigade. After rejecting Elliot 5 times, Elliot finally built an enhanced cybernetic suit and challenged Mecha Man to a fight. But Eternal didn't even want to waste his time on Elliot. Still, using only his punches, Eternal easily defeated him. He humiliated Elliot and knocked him out. Trackstar had to step in and stop the fight. But Eternal didn't stop humiliating Elliot. He covered Elliot's face with a cloth, like a shroud or a funeral cover. When Trackstar asked why he hit Elliot so hard, Eternal replied, "If Elliot wants to become a hero, the world won't show him mercy." He then said that if Elliot truly was a hero, he would show up to work again the next day at the Brave HQ. But the next day, Elliot arrived wearing the same shroud. He walked straight to Eternal's locker. He stole Eternal's revolver. Before Trackstar could even understand what was happening, Elliot shot Eternal directly in the heart, killing him instantly. After this, Elliot was arrested on murder charges and sentenced to 15 years in prison. Inside prison, Elliot started building his own gang. Using his knowledge, he tempted villains with cybernetic augmentations and recruited them into his gang called the Red Ring. For 15 years, he kept strengthening his army. Finally, Elliot broke out of prison and became a supervillain. He took a new name, Cloud. Cloud installed cybernetics into his brain, allowing it to process data at superhuman speed. He created a prediction algorithm that could analyze all variables in real time and calculate the most probable future outcome. Because of this, during fights, Cloud could predict his opponent's attacks beforehand. But to power these cybernetic enhancements, Cloud couldn't create a power source as strong as the Eternal Core. Because the Eternal Core was created together by Robbie's father Eternal and Elliot himself. So, to power his cybernetics, Cloud had to temporarily use red power sources. After Cloud broke out of prison, he returned here because he wanted to steal the Eternal cores from the mecha suit. But during those 15 years, Eternal's son Robert Robertson had already grown up and inherited his father's mecha suit, becoming the new Mecha Man. When Robert finds out that his father's killer is finally free, he immediately begins searching for Cloud. And this is where our game truly begins. Robert starts tracking Cloud, and eventually discovers the location of his factory. But when Robert arrives there, he realizes that Cloud actually wanted to lure Mecha Man into this place. After all, Cloud was the one who killed his father. While fighting, Robert notices a strange anomaly passing through the damaged parts of his suit. However, he cannot understand it at that moment. With great difficulty, Robert manages to escape from the factory. But Cloud had already planted a bomb inside Robert's mecha suit. At midnight, the bomb explodes. Robert loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he believes that the Eternal cores were destroyed in the crash and that his mecha suit is now almost useless. Robert wakes up in a hospital. After assessing the damage to the suit, he realizes that he cannot rebuild the Eternal cores again. Robert's true expertise was always in computer programming and hacking, but he had already spent his entire family fortune upgrading the mecha suit, and now he had no money left for research and development to recreate such an immense power source, like the Eternal core. Because of this, Robert calls for a press conference and officially announces his retirement as Mecha Man. But after retiring one day, Robert notices some thugs trying to rob a store. Even without superpowers, Robert was still a hero at heart, and a hero cannot ignore a crime happening right in front of his eyes. So even with his injured arm, Robert tries to fight the criminals. At that moment, another hero named Needle Blazer saves him. Blazer then offers Robert a business opportunity. She shows him a billboard of a company called Phenomenon. Blazer explains that she works as the branch manager there. Phenomenon runs a superhero dispatch network. Because there are so many superheroes and electronic towers across Los Angeles, the company manages emergency hero dispatch systems. In the Torres branch, Blazer has created a new team called the C-Tier team. This team mostly consists of former villains who are now trying to become rookie heroes. Interestingly, Robert's old friend and brother-like figure Trackstar also works there. Trackstar used to babysit Robert when he was younger, and he was the one who recommended Robert for this job. Robert's role would be to dispatch missions and mentor the C-Tier team. In return, Phenomenon would repair Robert's mecha suit using company funds, which means Robert might one day become Mecha Man again. Blazer first puts Robert through a dispatch simulation test. After completing this simulation, Robert accepts the job. The next day, Robert arrives at the dispatch office. There, he meets Waterman, who came to give an interview for a job. Robert also sees Graham Bako there. Graham Bako used to be a villain whom Robert had once captured back when he was Mecha Man. Now he is also part of Phenomenon's Phoenix program. Blazer warns Robert to keep his identity as Mecha Man secret. However, one member of the team, Invisia Girl, quickly figures out that Robert is actually Mecha Man. Blazer introduces Robert to her and explains that Invisia Girl used to be a supervillain too. Through the Phoenix program, the company tries to reintegrate former villains back into society. During a break, Robert meets Asteroid. Asteroid already knows Robert's identity as Mecha Man. He is the main engineer at SDN and is responsible for repairing Robert's mecha suit. Later, Robert meets Chase, also known as Trackstar. Trackstar's superpower was super speed, but because he used his powers too much, Chase aged much faster than normal. If he uses his powers again, he might actually die. So now he works at SDN after retiring from hero work. Finally, Robert begins his first dispatch shift. Since most of the C-Tier members were former villains, they initially make Robert's job extremely difficult. But Robert believes that by working together they can improve. During one mission, Robert sends Invisia Girl to handle a job. Using his hero experience, Robert gives her a specific order, but she ignores his command. Because of this mistake, a villain manages to escape after injuring an SDN subscriber. At that moment, Robert realizes that managing this team is not going to be easy. But Robert refuses to give up on them. He decides that he will train the team and make them better heroes. Later, Robert finds out that Blazer used to date Phenomenon Man. Because of this awkward situation, Robert refuses Blazer's invitation to join them for dinner.
When Robert meets Blazer in her office, she first tells him that her relationship with Phenomenon Man is over. Blazer says that she didn't leave Phenomenon Man, they simply broke up. Then she explains something serious. One member of the C-tier team must be removed so that the team doesn't remain at the bottom of the leadership board. At the end of the shift, the 3 members with the lowest rankings are Sonar, Coop, and Invisia Girl. Yeah, because Invisia Girl ranked last, she is scheduled to be fired from the team. But when Robert talks to Invisia Girl, she reveals something about herself. She says that because of her invisibility powers, society always believed she could only become a villain. Just as they are talking, another robbery call comes in. Robert decides to give Invisia Girl one more chance to redeem herself. During the mission, Robert guides Invisia Girl step by step and helps her control her anxiety. Because of Robert's support, Invisia Girl successfully manages to stop the villain. At the last moment, her ranking improves slightly, and she is no longer at the bottom. Now the 2 lowest members are Sonar and Coop. Robert must choose which one of them should be removed from the team. Coop is a deadly assassin. Meanwhile, Sonar is more of a goofy criminal. In my playthrough, I decided to remove Coop from the team. But regardless of who you choose to fire, that person becomes extremely angry at Robert and the Dispatch Network. Eventually, they end up joining the Red Ring, the villain organization created by Cloud. The next morning, Invisia Girl has a strange dream where she imagines going on a date with Robert. This shows that Robert's motivational words have started creating feelings for him in her heart. Later, Robert and Asteroid attempt to test a copied version of the Eternal Core power source. But the experiment fails. Both of them realize that recreating a power source like the Eternal Core will not be easy at all. After that, Robert visits Blazer's office again. Blazer is preparing to attend an SDN party. During the conversation, she explains that after their breakup, Phenomenon Man was also removed from the other SDN branch where he used to work. Blazer then asks Robert to go talk with Phenomenon Man. Since one member has already been removed from the C-tier team, Robert now has the option to recruit either Phenomenon Man or the janitor Waterboy into the team. After talking with Phenomenon Man, Invisia Girl also tells Robert about her strange dream. She is clearly starting to develop feelings for him. As the player, you must choose the replacement member for the team. I personally chose Waterboy, because if you recruit Phenomenon Man, he is still emotionally unstable after the breakup. Because of that, during some missions, he may randomly fly away to another location instead of the assigned one. Later, Robert opens up a little to Invisia Girl and tells her that he cannot reveal his real identity. He explains that he once captured a dangerous villain named Graham Becko. Suddenly, a supervillain appears and starts attacking Invisia Girl. All the members of the C-tier team immediately join the fight. Together, they manage to defeat the villains. Because of this battle, the entire team begins to bond with each other. Later that night, while eating late-night tacos together, the team members start asking Robert a question. They want to know what hero he used to be. Robert then tells everyone that he is Mecha Man. After hearing this, everyone becomes open with each other and starts telling their real names. But Graham Becko leaves the C-tier team after learning Robert's identity. Later, they test the Mecha Suit's power source again. This time they test a new prototype, Eternal Core. But after a few minutes, the core malfunctions. The malfunction destroys the entire suit. Because of the explosion, Asteroid and Robert both get injured. After this, Asteroid loses hope and believes that a power source like the Eternal Core cannot be recreated again. Later, all the C-tier team members suddenly arrive at Robert's apartment. They throw a party with Robert. During the party, they reveal that Mecha Man's Eternal Core was not destroyed. Instead, some B-grade villains had stolen the core. Because the core emits energy signals, the team can track its location. Robert asks how Cloud did not find out that the core still exists. Asteroid replies that Cloud probably also believed the core was destroyed, but now that the knowledge about the core is spreading, Cloud will try to collect it soon. As more C-Tier members arrive at the party, they combine their information. Using that information, they track the core to a secure warehouse. Invisia Girl becomes very excited about retrieving the core. She wants to enter the high-security warehouse alone. But Blazer explains that they need a proper plan. Chase disagrees with Invisia Girl and calls her a liar, criminal, and dangerous. Because of this, Invisia Girl runs away. Robert goes after Invisia Girl. Graham Beko punches Robert, but then forgives him and joins the C-Tier team again. After everyone leaves, Robert explains to Chase that Invisia Girl is trying to change her destiny. Later, Robert checks his computer and discovers that Invisia Girl went alone to the warehouse to steal the Eternal Core. Robert starts guiding Invisia Girl through the base remotely. More villains arrive at the warehouse to steal the core. Among all of them, Invisia Girl manages to recover the case containing the Eternal Core. But when she tries to escape, the villains stop fighting. Then a power cut happens. Robert hacks the security cameras and continues guiding Invisia Girl. By that time, Cloud arrives at the warehouse. Cloud surrounds Invisia Girl with a smoke bomb. Invisia Girl has a weakness. When she becomes invisible, she suffers from asthma attacks. The smoke triggers her asthma attack. Cloud leaves Invisia Girl there to die and takes the Eternal Core case with him. Chase feels responsible for what happened. For one last time, he uses his powers and immediately rushes to save Invisia Girl. He takes her away and leaves her in a park. But because Chase overuses his powers, he collapses. Chase is hospitalized and goes into a coma. Robert tells Blazer that when he was a kid, he used to make Chase use his powers to bring snacks for him. Because of this, Robert also feels responsible for Chase's condition. Blazer tells Robert that she has suspended Invisia Girl. Most of the C-Tier team members also suggest removing Invisia Girl from the team. Later in the locker room, Invisia Girl apologizes to Robert. She reveals that she was very enthusiastic about recovering the Eternal Core. She also reveals that at the start of the game, when she was a villain called Invisia Bitch, she was part of Cloud's Red Ring. On Cloud's order, she was the one who planted the bomb on Robert's mecha suit. But after that job, she left the Red Ring and joined the Phoenix program. Robert forgives Invisia Girl immediately. Invisia Girl then says that she also wanted to find the core because she wanted the kind of love Robert gives to the blonde Blazer. Invisia Girl tries to kiss Robert again. Later, Robert leaves Beko to stay with Chase and goes to the sardine bar to relax. There, Robert meets Cloud, face to face. The C-Tier member, who was fired earlier, attacks Robert to take revenge and knocks him unconscious. When Robert regains consciousness, Cloud asks him about the location of the Eternal Core. Robert tells him that Cloud had already destroyed it, but Cloud reveals that Invisia Girl had already taken the core out of the case. Cloud thought that Invisia Girl was helping Robert, but now it seems that Invisia Girl was betraying both Cloud and Robert. At that moment, Blazer arrives at the bar. She bluffs the Red Ring members and tells them that SDN superheroes have surrounded the bar. She says that if Cloud hands Robert over to her, she will let them all leave safely. After showing her powers, Cloud escapes with his team through the back door. Blazer then reveals to Robert that she was bluffing. All the C-Tier team members join the fight. Phenomenon Man also joins the team. But since I removed Coop from the C-Tier team earlier, she was now leading the entire Red Ring group, and defeating her was not easy. At that moment, the power of the SDN branch goes out. Robert first checks on Chase and then reaches Asteroid's mecha suit. Finally, he uses the suit again and joins the fight. But Cloud had also built a mecha suit for himself. With the prediction engine in his suit, Cloud could predict everyone's moves at extremely fast speed. Because of this, even Mecha Man cannot defeat Cloud. Cloud starts overpowering Mecha Man. Then the C-Tier team arrives and saves Mecha Man. But even the entire C-tier team together cannot defeat Cloud because of the prediction engine. Then Coop, or Sonar, whoever you removed from the team earlier, also challenges Mecha Man. After defeating that villain, Mecha Man continues the fight. Blazer sees Mecha Man fighting alone and joins the fight. But Cloud hits Blazer with a beam attack and knocks her down. Cloud again overpowers all the C-tier team members and starts attacking Mecha Man. At that moment, Chase and Trackstar arrive and remove the prediction engine from Cloud's mecha suit. Blazer gives Chase her Prism Amulet, which enhances his speed powers. With this enhanced speed, Chase goes after the prediction engine. Robert reaches the top of a building. Cloud asks Robert to hand over the original Eternal Core. Robert also has the duplicate prototype Eternal Core created by Asteroid. Robert picks up both cores. As Robert walks toward Cloud, Cloud reveals that he knew Robert's weakness was trust. He also reveals that Invisia Girl was actually a double agent working for Cloud inside SDN. Cloud says that if Robert gives him the cores, he will not need the prediction engine because the core will allow him to see the future directly. Robert thinks about giving Cloud the duplicate core. Cloud says he will be able to tell the difference between the original and the prototype. Robert then hands both cores to Cloud. Cloud throws one core away and inserts the other one into his socket. Cloud gains immense power and shares it with the Red Ring Army. But suddenly, the power stops. Cloud had chosen the wrong core. His prediction ability was not accurate enough. Because of this, the Red Ring members begin collapsing. The C-tier team captures all the Red Ring members. This is where the good and bad endings of the game begin. In the bad ending, Robert cannot deliver the final blow to Cloud because Invisia Girl kills Cloud with her knife. She takes Cloud's mask, winks at Robert, gives him the real Eternal Core, and disappears. This means Robert could not truly change Invisia Girl, and she remained a villain. In the good ending, if you treated Invisia Girl well throughout the game, something different happens. After Cloud is defeated, he tries to shoot Robert with Robert's father's revolver. Invisia Girl takes the bullet on her shoulder. Robert tackles Cloud through the window and beats him to take revenge for his father's death. After this, Robert can either kill Cloud or hand him over to the police. In the hero route, he hands Cloud over to the police. By morning, the police and media arrive. You can also forgive Coop because she joined Red Ring only after being removed from the C-tier team. If you want, you can recruit her back into the team. In my playthrough, I did not recruit her again. Invisia Girl is taken to the hospital in an ambulance for treatment. Robert spends some moments with his romantic partner Blazer. Mr. Whiskey takes photos of all the C-tier team members. And this is where Season 1 of Dispatch ends. So guys, that's it for this video. If you liked the summary, then hit the like button and subscribe for more. I will see you in the next video.